the issue that's facing all of us, crime.
Yo.
I don't think poverty influenced no violent behavior.
I do not think so.
Held up at knife point twice. He said to me, man, me have to make blood run on the roadside.
They just lose their fear of God.
Tears come out of my eye because could have died.
Open Chxt Podcast.
Wagwan Open Chxt family, so we're back again. But you see, this week, we have a kind of heavy topic, you know. The issue that's facing all of us, crime.
Yup. From gun violence to fraud, corruption, and even community breakdown. Jamaica has been under pressure. Them let's say pressure, brother. Pressure both hype. But today, we're asking the real question. Who's really to be blamed?
Yeah, but before we go into the topic, we're going to involve God in our conversation. And the Bible verse is from Psalms 25, 4-5. Show me your way, O Lord. Teach me your path. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Yeah, man, it's a deep Bible verse that, you know.
Yes.
No one put your faith in a God and all things will come after.
Seek Him.
Yeah, man.
Necessary.
Yeah, man. Seek
Just
ye
as though
first
you're
the kingdom
always
of God.
necessary. Necessary.
But Dedelia, if you have the power to change one thing, just one thing, you know, in Jamaica that you believe would instantly reduce crime, what would it be?
The mindset. I would say the mindset. Because that's where the battlefield begin. And personally, if the hearts of people not change, then the habits not go change. So I would start from the mind. And job look a Bible in that, you have to be renewed by your mind.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, the mind. And Chad, have you had a personal encounter that made you realize crime is in our country?
Yes. Twice.
Okay.
Actually held up at knife point twice. When I was in high school, living in Montego Bay, down that side.
Yeah.
It was after school because we were on shift school, Anchovy High school over like about 5 o'clock. Most persons take this special bus that everybody have to lap up in for the whole day, like a whole thing. Me and my brother never take that. We normally wait either for my uncle to come or we just wait for a regular bus. But sometimes it really take long.
Yes.
And while we're standing there, 2 men jump out of a black vehicle, run across the road. And say they want all of the money and stick us at a knife's point. And we never have no money when we school pick me $100 loan we have. Now that them thief ran when I run back in a vehicle.
What?
We end up start fling stone off of the car, but I tell you, say the tears come out of my eye because could have died. And the second time was when I was in half a tree standing in front NCB. Another person's walk up behind me, stick a knife in my back, and said he want my gold chain. And this is a chain that I got from my dad, so I refused to give him. I said to him that he can ask me for money, I can give you anything else, but I'm not giving you that. And when he said to me, man, me have to make blood run on the roadside. I said, what you need to make blood run? I said, if you want money, I can give you money, but I can't give you my chain. And anyways, he said, okay, want the money. And then when him said so, the knife come around back on the man, and you know what him said to me? Feel like there's some God or an angel I watch over you, you know. And he would just walk off. And he not even take the money.
So he was going to take the money and still try to push the knife?
Yeah, but him never take the money.
He can't take the money.
When him push the knife and the knife come round on the man, him say, feel like there's some God or angel I watch over me. And him just walk off.
You can't take
Or when he did have close the knife, because now he was a ratchet?
No, yet the knife was in my side and he was going to do this and the knife bend back around on the man. Which kind of weird, strange to me. I don't know if it never locked properly, open properly or what. But
Yeah,
when
man,
you
so
start
that's why I asked if I one of the ratchet knives.
yeah, it was a
them, so.
ratchet knife and the knife come back around. So
Right.
that was my encounter when
Yeah.
I said like crime is real. Like I normally hear about crime, but I never feel it close to me or to my family or and myself. So
It's
that
very
was a
sad.
time. But the topic for the podcast, as we said earlier, we see the headlines every day and gunmen in broad daylight, political scandal, youth with no direction. But what really fueling Jamaica crime problem? Is it the government, the music, the broken home, or is it just for survival? Those are some questions
So
that we're
the
asking.
core of the podcast, like some talking points that we actually have that we'll be discussing, and I mean, you can just listen and interact in the comment section. Is crime in Jamaica a result of political failure and lack of opportunity?
I think crime in Jamaica started off back in the early 60s, 70s when we had political riot between the two factions, whoever give guns to whomever and so on. And I think after that, people realized they're not benefiting from politics.
Yeah.
So they opt to do robbery and killing. And then we are where we are now. But to be kind of good for the government right now and the JCF, they are kind of in a good standing right now because crime is actually trending down, I think, by about 30 something percent from the year start compared to last year. But still, it's still a lot. It's an improvement. I don't think it's supposed to be celebrated though, because anytime we start celebrating, things end up getting worse. And Jamaica always have a problem where anytime there's a season of something, it always seems like everybody start follow. So if the government start talking crime a trend down, these man are going to try to do extreme things. Just for sure you say them big, bad and brave and they don't care what the police are doing. So it also have some political failures, but there are improvements going on. But I think there are probably some lack of opportunity for young people as well. Not saying that some of these people are not workless, because there are opportunities there, they're just not leveraging it.
But even with opportunities, people still don't want to do certain type of jobs. So
And then probably, to be honest, the money is not very good. So they don't see it as something that they should get themselves involved in. Because I remember even when I was in the traditional work world, and after you get after tax taking out your money, you get $30,000 a month. And I'm like, that was bus fare and lunch for the day. So you could not save anything.
well, for me personally, I just as I will always say, it's just all of these stuff just happen because the country and the nation overall, the world, they just lose their fear of God and just anything going to happen. So we can blame anything that's happening, but there's a deeper root to the problem, and that's the fear of God.
How much does poverty influences violent behavior? I don't think poverty influences no violent behavior.
I do not think so. So that's all right. So I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, man, me
that's
not believe that,
definitely not
because
for me. And they want to blame it on
all of it come up through poverty. I know that our parents never have it good. Them try hard and whatever. But we never turn ourselves to no gun and thief or anything. So me know say it can't be poverty.
mindset
It's all
that
it
needs
come
to
down
be
to
changed.
mindset and what you want to achieve in life.
Exactly. And then the next question that is always heavy and something that is always coming over even news, do parents carry any blame for not guiding their kids better? And for me personally, with that question, as I was saying before, it needs to stop being a generational we're pointing too much fingers and blaming, because it's not only the parents, as we had
It's your
discussed
son,
before.
you as well.
Yes, so
Because your parents still try to send you to school and you go to school go waste time. So how is that your parents?
it's just like there's a revival that needs with everybody. Like it's not just parents, as I said before, children, the community. It's a everybody in entirety. Like, it's not just one. And no pointing of fingers, but more of a reflection for people. And yeah,
Is
go
the
ahead.
is the education system too outdated to save at-risk youths? Yes and no. As I said before in a previous podcast, I said that there needs to be some reform in our education system because, for example, you can't be teaching everybody, say, you're supposed to become a runner.
Yeah.
Not everybody can become a runner, you can be a coach. You can be a musician, not in the sense of becoming an artist. You can become a songwriter, you can become a director, you can be a producer. You have many facets within these same jobs.
Thing that they can do.
So that's why I'd say I don't think it's really to see it's kind of outdated and it kind of not outdated because Jamaica still have one of the best education systems
It's a talk.
in
Please.
sense of the level of what we
Discipline
do
as well.
in our curriculum because when you
And,
go overseas
what we
and see
teach,
other
yes.
kids, what kids are way ahead of them.
Thank you.
It is very true. What role does dancehall and media play in glorifying crime?
Um, I I don't think you blame artists for crime.
Yes.
I blame artists for putting out the same information like we are glorifying it. Like it's a good thing. And it's not like we're writing the songs around against the crime. We are writing the song as if we are committing the crime. So I said before in a previous podcast, you can listen to a Damian Marley song that says, in a gunman world, we must speak about the life of being a gunman, but also how it affects the person and how it doesn't really does any good for the gunman himself because he's not getting any money.
So
He must live in a hiding. The family where just murder somebody from, they are hurting. You are live with the ghost them and the dopey them with the pioneer that bother you can't sleep at night time. So there are ways how you can construct a song without being like you are the actual
So
person
basically make
committing
it
the murder.
be educating you about what is going on there.
So I can't blame them, but it also feels like they are glorifying crime.
Okay.
Your opinion?
I don't have one
You don't have any?
on that one.
All right. Do you think people still believe in justice, or is jungle justice becoming the norm?
I feel that somewhat people believe in it, like believe in justice, but when it's delayed and
justice.
denied, then jungle justice become the thing that they go for because now they're believing that all right, what is going on is taking too long. You know, so delay and deny cause them to move to jungle justice. So
I do agree with you, but one thing I can say currently, and I think many people can attest to this now, the JCF and their investigations are now way more thorough. I guess because of the government and them putting together to say that we need certain type of technology because even with their expo, I didn't know the JCF had so much technology.
no, but the thing is, you're saying stuff about them, but why is like their issues with them just the same? Like, I mean, maybe
man.
possibly.
There are issues with them, and I guess they are ironing out these things because sometimes I have someone and two bad apple in the bunch and it make everybody else look bad. Even though some persons may look at me when I said that, nobody talking about the victim when they get hurt. Just like JFJ when they come out and protest about police killing this and police killing that. If police are kill the gunman, them I get rid of these people and crime is trending down. I think this should be something that we should be happy about. But then again, I can understand also where they're coming from. What if I kill the wrong person? But then the police
Not even
normally
wrong.
say it's a shootout. So
Yes, but no, when they can say it's a shootout, and sometimes innocent lives are being taken too.
I jokingly haven't heard in a long time they escape in nearby bushes.
Okay. That's too funny.
Yeah, man, but I still think people believe in justice.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, when justice takes a bit of time, jungle justice is what prevails. And it's not a good thing, guys. It's not a good thing for you to be committing crime, killing people and things. That's not it.
And I mean, real justice, when you really look at it, justice is not really a man's thing. Like, justice is God's idea. And so with the whole thing, so you have to go back there. So yes. How much trust do Jamaicans still have in the police force? Personally, I feel that I don't think that there is much.
I think it improved because I do
It
have trust in. I
improves,
think I
but
have trust in.
some well, it's a podcast. It's really from what I'm seeing. Some people, I mean, maybe 50-50, maybe 70-30.
I think the moral of the police has gone up. Even with the same thing with the JFJ, when it was people marching for the police wearing blue, there was a lot of person siding with the police. So I think the moral of the police have gone up.
Yeah, but to say how much trust do Jamaicans still have in them? Like, do you think there's still a amount of trust?
I don't have a percentage. I just know that it's better than before.
Well, I think with more consistency, then it will improve. You know, like stand your ground. Your role is to serve and to protect. So do what you should be doing, and not after that. And I'm not saying that you're not serving and protecting. I'm just saying there's, as you said, some bad amongst the bunch that actually make things differently.
So what about corruption at the top? Do politicians get held accountable? I don't think so. I don't think so. Either JLP or PNP, they just reshuffle them people to a different seat or something, or a different portfolio. Nobody get fired, them get relegated to shadow cabinet or them stuff that nobody get fired.
And it's just not helping the situation.
Nobody getting locked up. Nothing like that is going on. So to give you some actual factual support to what we said, youth unemployment, majority of violent offenders are under 30. So these are young people. Political garrison culture. Some communities were built on loyalty to politicians in exchange for protection or handouts, which is what we said earlier. These were violent times within the 60s, 70s when we were fighting proxy war. And the proxy war wasn't just JLP versus PNP. This was communists versus capitalists. So it was like the European, USSR versus the West.
And then you have the music influence, songs normalize guns, scammings, and power through fear. And that's something we was discussing with the topic about dancehall and media. And, you know, things become the norm. And in our podcast before with the whole idea of, you know, the dunks culture, and certain stuff.
So if you watch this, you can go back to that episode and you will get a lot of these understanding where we're speaking about dunks culture, music, and so on in our society.
As well as the system failure with a lack of consistency. Government follow through on education and mentorship or job creation.
I think like right now we reach a point where government.
Go ahead.
I think at this point we reach a point where the government only really relegate new jobs to BPO, which to me at some point this sector is going to fail. And I'm not talking about just Jamaica, I'm talking worldwide with the advent of AI. These things can listen contextually, that's the word, contextually, and can respond to you. So to keep building more BPO to fuel that sector, I don't think is very forward thinking.
Because you're not going to need people then.
Need people anymore. What we need is more engineer. We need to put a cap on all certain people graduating from university doing business. Like why we need so much people are graduating doing business and there's no job for them. We need more engineer.
But that's the point. And the thing with, as I said, technology taking over the world and actually wanting to replace human beings. So after a while, there's going to be no more job, and then maybe later on you start seeing more protests on about certain stuff.
I think what's lacking in Jamaica where we have crime, we don't do forecasting. And when I say forecasting, I mean like you have people understudy other persons so we can move forward within the country. Not everybody will be able to go to university at this point because university is now outpricing people. So universities are money-making thing at this point. So if you can get somebody coming out of high school, you understudied couple people in our workplace who do certain jobs, because the truth is a lot of what you learn in university doesn't apply in your workplace.
Okay.
So you can literally go in a company and understudy somebody, learn what they're doing, and you can replicate the same thing. That can help grow a company and make the company bigger. Because if you give them like a year with a stipend or stuff to understudy before they can become staff, with that person expertise, that can help grow the company to make more money. And the more money that they can make, the more person you can hire. And the cycle continue. So, as I said, that's why I don't think poverty is real. Poverty causing crime is real. I don't believe that.
Poverty overall is just a spirit.
Scamming.
You're going through all of these?
Scamming on social media.
Scamming on social media. So crime now has a luxury image tied to fast money and Instagram lifestyle. And that tied back in with corruption scandal, major names involving fraud or nothing comes from it, set tone of youth who lose faith in the system.
And you have certain communities that does naturally have distrust in the police, probably because of past occurrences or police probably treat people, probably go in there, beat them or force them out of their homes or stuff. But we need so probably people just have a lack of confidentiality in police, because they may tell a police about a crime and then before it reach back to them and the person end up dead or something.
That's true.
So here are some more detailed look. As I said before, there have been significant drop in murder, with a 37% decrease in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the same quarter in 2024. Some reports indicate that a 35% reduction in murder as of March 2025. Overall crime reduction, major crime also experiences considerable decline with a 19% reduction year over year. Some reports even indicate a 21% decrease in major crime. Other crime categories, shooting incidents, rapes, robbery, breaking have also shown a significant decline. Factors contributing to reduction: the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the government have implemented strategies to reduce crime, including intelligence, police, community engagement, and targeted gang operation.
And the trend of crime reduction to be sustained, with reports indicating that the decrease in major crime is ongoing.
So, as we said, I think the police morale is getting better.
Yes.
I think crime is actually trending down, but I don't think it's something we should glorify, because while it may be trending down, it's still very high for a population of about 3 million people.
Yes, it should.
All right.
So, for real.
So, for example, the Jamaica Gleaner reported that between January 1st and April 2025, there were 227 murders, which is fewer of 132 within the same period, which showed a representation of a 37% reduction. But we are on to our game segment.
My favorite part.
What's the game?
This game segment is called Blame Game. So how it works, we're going to present a crime-related scenario. Myself and Chad must say who or what we blame for most of the situation, and we are going to say why. So let's jump into the first scenario that we have. So we have a 16-year-old gets caught in a gun shooting. Who do you blame? The parents, the system, the community, or the music? And down below, you guys can actually interact and comment just the same.
Who would I blame? A 16-year-old. In this case, I would both blame the parents and the system. Reason being, it shouldn't be so easy for somebody at that age to get a hand on a gun. This is not like America where you can go over the counter and purchase a gun.
Oh, yes.
And I blame the parent because if you were training the child out the way they should go, he wouldn't think to go to join a gang.
Well, 16-year-old get caught in gun shooting. In the first place, I agree with the parents' part because a child should be grown up. And the Bible still saying, what's about
Spare the child rather than spoil the child.
Yes, what is, I know when I feel that they reach 16, them are man or woman now, but at least there are still certain things that should be enforced in the homes and so forth, as well as the system, as you explained. I do agree with that, just the same, because why does a 16-year-old and even younger to have access to weapons?
Get access to weapons.
You know?
And scenario 2.
Also, the community can be blamed too, because sometimes there are the same people within the community giving these young people
and that's very
guns,
much true.
and also the music. So everything contributes.
A politician is caught stealing funds meant for youth center. Who gets the blame? The politician, the voters who keep electing them, or a lack of transparency? All three of them.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Why am I supposed to be voting for somebody who keep on a thief money?
You realize.
And then you realize that none of the money not going in at the youth center where you go. So why should I vote for the person? The politician now. Why is he stealing? Are you already making money? I'm sure you have plenty of investment. And then the lack of transparency. If you're not, there's no actual book record or
if you even put in nothing.
Putting in the money.
Exactly. And it's there for them to see. So sometimes we contribute to certain stuff. You're seeing it, but you're just acting blind to it. You get what I mean? And then you want to blame people. They should have the people them right here too. The people them
they blame man because them are the voter.
A scamming crew posts up on Instagram in luxury cars.
Blame the
internet culture.
Or is this just survival? No, sir.
Which survival?
Which survival?
That the part out of it.
I must say, man, which survival?
Because they're making...
show off.
Yeah, but the thing is, it now becomes a culture. It now becomes a thing where people make it like, just like they done culture. People glorify certain stuff.
Big thief.
Exactly what the thing is, nobody cares about that. Remember, say the right wrong now and the wrong right.
True.
So you see certain stuff. Why people?
But scenario 4, a witness refuses to testify in court, blame fear of retaliation or the police system that can't protect them. Both of them, yeah.
Cause people cause if you can say them refuse to testify in court, it's because
they're fear of retaliation.
Exactly, and I mean, in a sense,
and then
there's nobody.
We don't know how much person committed the crime, so you probably lock up one person and the person supposed to testify about one person, but it's a whole group of them. So when the police try to protect you, probably police bad, probably report it to the man them, or the police legitimately try to protect you, but then by the time the case done, a whole set of man who did the crime to come kill you.
But I think that this situation like draw to who was refused, if so, like who is to be blamed or stuff, because it all depends. What if it's a Christian person would just say like, God did not give me a spirit of fear and such as such.
And then decide to still go. I don't know, that's a tough one. Me still would have fear retaliation.
But
Nah,
he shouldn't
lie.
have no fear, Chad. That's ridiculous. Let's use back his word against him, anyways.
Me shouldn't have no fear.
But the Bible says God did not give you a spirit of fear, sir, but of power and of a sound mind. So, if he's the one up above, use back him words.
Alright, so the final thoughts are, guys, can Jamaica fix crime without fixing corruption?
Work on the non-people. We want a God.
You know the funny thing? I have a different take on this.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if these guys are robbing the money and actually doing the job, we feel like Jamaica would still feel like it's okay.
What do you mean by that?
For example, government,
Mm-hmm.
they are saying that, people saying that this government is very corrupt. But then at the same time, they're seeing a lot of development happening in the country. So they're probably saying that, fine, them corrupt, but work I do.
And
Before, corruption
that's
was
it.
going on and there was no work.
So basically, again, they're glorifying the wrong things.
True, but that's why I say I kind of have a different take.
Yeah.
But is this just survival for many youth? No. No.
They have a choice.
Everybody have a choice.
God give you free will.
What would you say to a young man considering picking up a gun or entering scamming right now?
No, baby boy. No. You live
Just
by the
use some-
gun, you
You said the same
die
thing.
by the
You
gun.
said-
Use wisdom. Okay? And the Bible tell you what? The fear of God is the beginning of what? Knowledge?
I don't remember that verse, but I hear it before.
Yeah. The beginning of knowledge. And true wisdom come from God. Listen, in reality, people need to tell them the truth sometimes. Don't take up that because of the false life. Sometimes those are the same things.
That leads to your death.
Yes, because the same thing where you put yourself in, not put yourself in be used.
While I do understand like the scamming part, and
I don't understand no part.
hear me out.
I'll hear you.
Hear me
though.
out. Like, imagine you in a classroom as a teacher, and you're a walk-foot teacher. You don't have a house, and you're telling a child that if you work hard, you can achieve this and you can achieve that. It's very hard to convince him, because when school done, I walk him, see I walk, I stop a yard where you're not one, So it's not that I'm glorifying or saying it's right, but I kind of understand the thinking from that perspective. But
The
on the
thinking
flip
is just
side,
quick.
fast life is never good. Because while you may live in high today, somebody else may grudge you and say, somebody will drive car before me, and then come kill your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Or your friend, you make more money than him because you want to start the scamming thing together. And as you start make certain money more than him because you probably know if you speak English better than him. The man bad mind you because now you will make more money and him kill you. So the
Very
fast life
sad.
is never good.
But to our listeners, we appreciate you, and we're just always happy to have you here watching. Remember to drop a comment. Who is really to blame? Who is really supposed to be blamed for the state of where Jamaica is going? The state of our youth. And
Yeah, man,
yes,
let's drop a comment. Crime in Jamaica, what your opinion? What go on? You need to know.
and Chad, just drop a quote for them now, please.
And the quote of the day is, if we keep blaming each other, the real problem will stay hidden. Look within, act with love, and hold everybody accountable, especially yourself.
This is the best part. I love this very much. I love this part because there, as I said before, there's no finger to be pointing at anybody. Sometimes you just have to do some introspection.
Because you know wrong and right, so you can't blame your parents, you can't blame the artist, you can't blame the government. You know wrong and right, so you can't blame the artist, you can't blame your parents, you can't blame the government. Nobody never coerce you to do anything. While it may be influential, you still make up your mind to say you're going to do it. So
And
blame
maybe
yourself.
somebody guiding at the right way, you still, as Chad said, good on the wrong part. Because sometimes when people need faith, just tell the truth. Sometimes people, you pray for them, you encourage them, but them already make it up
Some
in
of
their
them are just
mind.
follow right now. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but some of them make it up in their mind, say, alright, them are going to do that already. So for
Yeah.
them make up in their mind sometimes. That's why I say, if the mindset not change, the habits
And then I follow
remain.
good enough.
But
Alright, so guys, thanks for vibing with us here at Open Chat. We really enjoy having this conversation. While it may speak about how difficult certain things in the country, we still keep it balanced where we talk about the upside with the police, the downside with citizens, and so on. And yes, we know it's a heavy topic. And we may not say everything, but if you have something to say, just say it in the comments. But
yeah, bless up everyone. You're doing a great work to make Jamaica safer. Keep the conversation going, and until next time.
walk good, stay safe, stay open. We out.
Open Chat Podcast.